here, and welcome to what is going to be some Age of Wonders 3 gameplay. This will be the first non-Warhammer game I think I've featured on the channel in the 6 years, whatever it's been. A lot of people ask me if I'll cover other games, or just ask me what other games I play. Well, this is one of them. Got over 300 hours into this thing, according to Steam, although I haven't played it for over a year now. Came out in 2014, developed by Triumph Studios, who are now developing another game, although they won't tell anyone what it is. Have teamed up with Paradox Interactive, I think. Hopefully it's Age of Wonders 4, and we'll get some kind of announcement about that soon. What is this thing? It's a turn-based 4X strategy RPG type thing. You can loosely think of the Civilization series, although it's got a much more heavy emphasis on warfare. This actually has a tactical combat layer and much less of an emphasis on diplomacy and economy and that kind of thing, which is fine for me because I like to kill things. It has had 2 expansions, both of which I'll be running, Golden Realms and Eternal Laws. These other DLCs are just pre-order and deluxe edition stuff that don't really make any difference. There's 3 main ways to play. Campaign, which is where that elf lady's from. There's 4 of them if you have all the expansions. Quite a lot of content here. Haven't really played those. There's scenarios, which are these pre-made maps with like certain quirks and unique things to them. Haven't really played those either. The meat of the game is the random map generator, which is what we're going to play. We're going to jump in right now. And what are we going to do? So, difficulty King. The AI will crush you. Okay then. What else is there? Oh, Emperor's the top. And there's Lord, Knight, Squire. Sure, we'll go King. What could go wrong? After not playing for a year and then buffing the AI or whatever else they did. Apparently in May, they added new water-based gameplay, which I haven't seen. Map size. No, we'll try map size medium with like 6 players in. Yeah. So it's going to be claustrophobic and full of death. We'll keep it on continents. There is land and also islands. I want some water in there because some of the races like water. I think humans have a few bonuses on water. You can go into advanced and tweak some other things. We're going to keep the underground off, which is a shame. It just makes the map too big. There's too much ground to cover if you also have another layer to worry about, I think. You can tweak the geography. I'll keep everything balanced because even though it's very tempting to turn the mountains down so that you can move around easier, that kind of screws over dwarves because they like the mountains. So let's keep everything fair for all of the races. Game flow. I'll keep all this average, apart from cities. We're going to keep cities to few because it tends to spawn a bit too many cities on average, I think, unless they've changed that since I played. But we'll keep it few for now. And you'll see why that's especially important to our game right now. Because if we go into advanced rules, you'll see that I keep city founding off. Means that you cannot found your own cities, meaning that cities are a finite resource on the map. The cities that exist when the game starts are the only cities that can exist, which means everyone's kind of fighting over those cities, which is gameplay that I like. I think it's pretty cool. I also turn on all heroes have Resurgence all the time, always. This is because the heroes in this game are very, very weak early on. They can die in an instant. In one turn, they can be dead in like starting battles, which I don't like because it really encourages you to play them very passively and standing off and like casting spells from a distance and attacking from distance. And I like the option of being able to get stuck into melee with my heroes, which this facilitates a little bit. Resurgence means that they'll come back to life after they die if you win the battle, and they'll come back with like half hit points or something. That also applies to the AI heroes. So the only advantage I have with it is going to be able to kind of goad people into attacking my heroes, maybe, so that I can win the battle and know they'll come back. Maybe that's the thing. But otherwise, I think it's really good to have on. I like some melee hero action. We're going to keep maximum number of heroes at 3, so I'll have 1 leader and 3 heroes, as will everyone else, unless they die, of course. But you can just get more. Maximum hero level at 20 is fine. What does it go up to? 30. That's mental. Keep it at 20. They get powerful enough already. Everything else is fine. Apply. Turn timer off. Teams off. Allied victory is on. So if you can allied with people, you can win together. Classic turns. I don't like simultaneous turns. It's quicker, but it's kind of jarring to see things skitting around a map while you're taking your turn. Customized leaders, yes. Including AI leaders. I would like to have them random, but I don't want any races or classes repeated, so I'm going to choose the enemies myself. And that'll be fine. And we're going to head in. And here's all the pre-made leaders you can choose. You can, of course, customize your own, which is what we're going to do. And let's head in. Here are the classes. We've got Rogue, Warlord, Theocrat, Archdruid, Dreadnought, Necromancer, Sorcerer, and that's your lots. It was Necromancer that was added with the Eternal Lords expansion. You see, you get a little mouse over of what they do. You can pause it if you want to read these. I want to choose one that I don't choose that often. I think I'm going to go with Sorcerer. So these guys get most of their units from summoning. In fact, there's only one class unit that they don't summon. The way the game works with regards to units is there are units for your race and units for your class, and they will interact with each other. For example, if you're a Warlord, you can get Pikemen, and if you're a Orc Warlord, you'll get Orc Pikemen, which will have different stats to, say, a Human Pikeman, and so on. So you get a lot of unit variety when you combine the class and the race. We are going to go for a Sorcerer, as I said. And what? All the races have different drawbacks and stuff as well, of course, and bonuses. We're going to go, what we're going to do is go High Elf, and we're going to make a kind of Eldar faction leader, I think. They went through the warp. It ended up in Age of Wonders 3. Okay, so here's our specializations. You can only pick 3 of them, and most of them have got 2 levels to them. For example, if I add Adept of Earth, I can then add Master of Earth, but that's using up 2 of my specializations to get that. What are these specializations? They basically give you spells and passives that you can research depending on what you choose here. We have these elemental ones. We also have Creation Adept, which is about healing and that kind of thing. We have these alignment-based ones, Destruction. No, sorry, the alignment-based ones are down here, Shadowborn, which is you'll get bonuses if you are evil. This one gives you bonuses if you're good. And this one, Grey Guard, gives you bonuses if you're neutral, which kind of seems Eldar-y to me, to stay neutral. Just keep out of what everyone else is doing and worry about ourselves, I think. So we might go for that. If you go Grey Guard Master, you get a really cool tier 4 summon, I think, which could be good. Well, that's pretty late game. I think we'll go Master of Air. We'll get some lightning spells flying around, which seems kind of Eldar-y. Sure, so with Adept of Air, our air nodes will generate a +5 mana, so we can turn mana nodes into air nodes. All this will make sense when we're in the game, and it'll also give us +5 knowledge with that. We'll go for that, and Grey Guard Adept, where we'll get +50 population if we stay neutral, which is good because elves, as you see right at the bottom there, have population growth of -10%. What else do they have? +1 resistance, which is basically defense versus all damage that isn't physical. They have +1 ranged physical damage, +1 ranged air damage, a weakness to blight. Their cities have +3 knowledge, which is nice, and they have the forestry trait, which allows them to move through forests easier. Note that I am running several mods. I will go over those as they become relevant and as I remember them, but one of them is to change... Oops, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Is to change Halflings, which were added in one of the expansions, and they have a very, very annoying trait. Under bonuses, you'll see Lucky. That is basically... I don't know why they did this, but it adds a bunch of RNG crap to the game. At the base level, it's 25%, and what it does is gives them a 25% to ignore all damage, which is so annoying. It's to make up, of course, for their 20% physical weakness, which is a pretty big downside, but it's so annoying to fight against, and that 25% base can go up as these guys get more morale. So it's very annoying to fight against. I have a mod that removes Lucky, although it doesn't remove it from this description, and replaces it with a base bonus to morale and a bonus to health. It gives them the well-fed trait, which gives them 15 more hit points, which I think is pretty balanced. That's quite a lot of hit points to get on all of their units. So that's how Halflings have changed with a mod I'm using. Gets rid of their Lucky. So we're going to pick a High Elf Sorcerer. We're going to keep her female because in celebration of everyone's favourite game, Dawn of War 3, which everyone loves, universally, no one dislikes it, we're going to make Farseer Macha, who's the main character from the game, in case you didn't know. Main Eldar character, anyway. Oh, actually, this isn't going to work. because they're just going to refer to her as Farseer all the time. And nothing else. I'll put it all in here. I can't put it all in there. Okay, we'll put it all in here if it lets me do that. I don't know if it lets me. Farseer Macha. Okay. What the hell does she look like? She's got red hair, I remember that. So I'll go for... I can zoom in here, but I can't spin this around. This is so annoying. Is there a way to spin it? I have no idea. I don't know how to do it. So let's give her some red hair. Is that red? I don't know. I'm rubbish at colours. This is like deep red. I want it slightly brighter. There we go. She's got some really evil looking eyes here. Head shape. Okay, there's only 3 of them. Oh, 4 of them. We'll go for that one because I remember Macha having some really pointy ears in Dawn of War 3. Like pointing out horizontally. Skin texture. That one's fine. Skin colour. She is pretty pale in Dawn of War 3, I seem to recall. So that's fine actually. Skin decoration. Oh, there's a bunch of weird stuff. She does have this like metal thing on her forehead in Dawn of War 3. That looks pretty cool. We might keep that. Maybe. Everything else is pretty ballistic, I think. Well, maybe just keep it blank. Eyebrows. There's like... How many eyebrows are there? 9? What? 21 different eyebrows. That's fine. Hair color's good. Eyes. We don't want evil red ones. This got magic-y blue ones. Those were blue. Anything else? Pure white. I remember seeing of pure white eyes in some of the artwork. So a lot of eyes. Oh, that one's good. We'll go with that one. Accessories. Now we can get something for her head that looks like the... She's got like a gold thing on her forehead. And like a crown type thing. And then something coming out of her neck as well. Or maybe that. That's a gold crown. Some earrings. A halo. Some more earrings. Earring and a crown. I don't think she wears earrings. Or does she? I don't know. Nope, nope, nope. It's pirate patch. Hood. Scary hood. Can't talk hood. Scary hood. Warm hood. Wow, super scary hood. Demon horns. Okay. Like druidy stuff. Some like necromancer helmets. It looks like... Oh, space wolf things. What is this? Some weird earrings. Like a tooth headband thing. Santa hat. Is like ancient. That looks pretty... I wish I could spin this around. It looks relatively good. She has like things coming out of her neck here. And a thing on her forehead and things that go down here in Dawn of War 3. That's kind of close. It's like Egyptian theme. This is the tiger and stuff, which are heavily Egyptian influenced. So we'll either get that crown or one of these vaguely Egyptian things. I like that thing. We'll go for that. Scene. This is just the background here. Just zoom out again. Find something kind of magical. There's like a blue one. Yeah, this one on the balcony here. There we go. Posture. No Eldar with striker pose like that. Or that. Trying to look tough. This one's slightly drunk. No idea what she's up to. Weird. Evil. Weird. Very weird. What? What are you doing? Are you casting a spell? That's pretty good. Oh, that's what she looks like in the Farseer in Dawn of War 2 looks like when she's floating in the air. We'll go for that. Clothes? No cape. Other thing. I like this one because it's got this gold around her shoulders. Colours. Biltan, which is her Farseer Macha's craft gold, is like green and white, I believe. That's close enough. Symbols. Something that looks like an Eldar rune or something, please. Come on. That looks vaguely runish. Not a scorpion. Not a spider. Come on. That'll do. Portrait. Oh, we didn't change her hair. Can you change her hair? Yeah, hairstyle. She's got like a top knot, I think, in Dawn of War 3. So something like that? That's kind of similar. Nope. Nope. That's pretty good. That looks mental. Shave the red. What about this like spirally thing? Yeah. That looks funky. We'll go with that. Is that everything? Is it going to let me have no name? Just a nickname? It might. So we've got Adept of Air, Master of Air, and Grey Guard Adept. I think that's everything. Yes, it is. Let's done it. Now we have to choose the other leaders that we're up against. 5 of them. So I don't want any repeats of class or race. Since we are elves, or elder, whatever, we hate poison, so let's put the most poisony thing. We're going to put a rogue, a goblin. Rogues have lots of poisony stuff, and goblins have lots of poisony stuff, so that's going to be bad news for us. Or blight, I think they call it, not poison. So that's a goblin. What else do we want? We want a human in there. Maybe like a human theocrat. Is there one? Or a druid? Oh, he's a druid. Serin Treefolk. Sure. Put her in. We're going to go for a orc. We've got to have an orc warlord. Was on the discipline. No, not someone disciplined. Erlag the Unchained. There we go. Let's have a dwarf. Yeah. Let's have a draconian. These are like big lizard dragon people. A draconian what? Necromancer? That guy looks pretty cool. Not a dreadnought, a theocrat maybe? Nah. Didn't we get a human theocrat already? No, we got a human druid. Let's get the necromancer draconian. That's a weird combo. And is this the last one? Yep. What do we put in? Do we put in dwarves? We're not putting halflings because I think they suck. They're kind of jokey and weird. Frostlings, tigrons. I don't really like tigrons very much either. I hate the whole humanoid body with just an animal's head placed on top of it. I don't think that's a very good look. So many games do this as well. They have some cool units too, which is a shame. I think we're going to go Frostlings, because they look pretty cool. A Frostling, what? Oh, Necromancer Frostling would have been good. Archdruid, Warlord, Theocrat. I guess we're going to go Theocrat. Ferric of Clan Elder. We can't have him. We'll go Dwarf. A Dwarf Dreadnought, that's one. That's what we want. We've got Drugal the Stout. And we've got Bormak Orcbane. He stands funny. I don't like him. What about this fella? Oh, lady, Edith the Grey. Another. How many are there? Gustav Gorsmorg. That's a pretty good name for a dwarf. We'll go with it. And it's going to generate the map now. And hopefully we'll start with 2 mana nodes near us, because we're a sorcerer. And we like mana a lot. Doesn't take long to generate the map. Here we go. Farseer Macha, High Elf Sorcery or Rise to Power begins. Damn right it does. So let's have a look at our surroundings. Looks like we're in the northwest corner of the map. And let's go through this screen a little bit. Try not to take too long. Top here we have gold, current gold and gold per turn. Gold is used to produce units and buildings, which they call city upgrades. Also used to pay unit upkeep every turn, which is important. We have mana, which is also used to produce units and buildings. So even if you don't cast a lot of spells, you need mana. But as you see, they're obviously also used to cast spells, and it's also used to maintain spells, which is very important for us as a sorcerer because we summon a lot of units, so need a lot of mana to maintain them each turn. We have knowledge here, which is what you use to research. It's a global value. And casting points. Casting points is how much mana we can spend per turn. Because in a late game you can have thousands of mana and hundreds of mana per turn. And if there weren't casting points, you'd be able to cast hundreds of spells per turn, which would be crazy. So they limit you in this way. Note that this number here is my leader's casting points, and heroes have their own casting point value. This is specifically my leader's. What else do we have? Down here is our alignment. We're going to want to keep this neutral so that we get the population bonus from our Grey Guard Adept. This opens up diplomacy. We haven't met anyone yet, so not much to do there. Oh, we can have a look at the race. There's like a race happiness tree here. As you gain favor with all the different races, you can go down this tree, either a military option or an economic option. As we are Eldar, we're going to gain a lot of favor. As we are elves, we're going to gain a lot of favor with elves and hopefully go up that tree pretty quickly. Here's our morale. Base happiness. Morale is really important for lots of things. Here's our research. We might as well choose our first research. Everyone gets access to certain things. Everyone gets access to basic seafaring, which allows you to travel on water. They also get access to something that gives them more casting points. In our case, it's called Sorcery. They also have an option which will give them access to the new class units. In our case, it's given us the option of the Wisp, which means we haven't started with access to the Wisp, which is annoying. You get random skills researched at the start of the game, and we need to get our Wisp out already as soon as we can. So that's what we're going to research. It's going to take us 3 turns based on our knowledge per turn. Down here is where we cast spells. Glyphs of Warding. That's pretty good. We can cast that on a friendly city, and anyone inside its domain will take a bunch of damage per turn. It's very expensive though, at 15 mana per turn, so can't really afford that quite yet. We are going to get this as soon as we can. Transform to air node so that we can turn this mana node into an air node, which will give us extra mana and extra knowledge since we are air masters. And let's have a look at our army. Here's Macha, with no equipment or anything yet. She's got 25 casting points to cast spells. Looks like they start you with random spells. Looks like she's got Harmonizing Energy, which is a healing spell, and Magic Fist, which is pretty good. She's got some melee damage. She can throw shock bolts of lightning. Here's her health, here's her movement speed, her defense, which is resisting physical damage, as you see there, and resistance. And since she's Eldar, she has a nice healthy 11 of that. All leaders and heroes are mounted by default on some kind of horse type thing, or a unicorn, I think, as elves actually. They can charge since they are mounted. She is a high elf, obviously. She's got forestry because she's a high elf. She's mounted, as we know. She's a leader. Mind control immunity. She can heal faster than normal because she's a leader. +5 casting points, which is cool. She has Resurgence, as everything does in this game. All of the heroes and leaders in a way. And that's her. Alongside us, oh, we've got very lucky here. It started us with a tier 3 unit. So this is a tier 3 elf unit specifically. So no other race will be able to get this high elf Griffin Rider. So the way it works is race units go up to tier 3. So this is the highest level elf unit, which you've started the game with, which is pretty cool. Randomly, which is nice. And there are 4 tiers to class units, and summons can go up to tier 4. So what does this guy do to us, for us even? He's got 65 hit points, which is a lot. Nice movement speed, nice defense, nice resistance, some good melee damage. He's got first strike, so when someone attacks him, he will get the first hit unless they also have first strike. He counts as cavalry, so he's mounted. He's got charge. He can fly, which is pretty good. So it's very nippy over the battlefield. We've got some swordsmen, very basic tier 1 infantry here. Tier 1 units are generally trash, and I only use early game. I don't scale very well, apart from the high elf longbowmen, which we unfortunately haven't started with any of those guys, because they're awesome since they have longbows and they don't get any ranged penalties to their attacks. You'll see that later on, because I'm definitely going to get some of those guys. These guys have a shield, they're armored, some basic melee damage, a little bit of hit points. They're a basic infantry unit. We have 3 of those fellas, and a high elf initiate, which are pretty crappy kind of irregulars. Yeah, count as irregulars. They have some range damage here, some melee, and they can evolve. This is something that units, it means that when they get to elite level, because units level up, they will turn into another unit. In these guys' case, they turn into a tier 2 Storm Sister. So that's our starting army. We also have this lone cavalry unit, a unicorn rider. These guys can teleport with phase, which is pretty mental. They can charge and all that kind of thing. They've got armor piercing and they're armored, which is pretty nice. Got some swords, it looks like. But we're going to keep those to scout early on, I think. And if you look down here, it offers you a hero immediately. Who is it? It's a level 1 warlord. It's Malgus the Vagrant. I should note at this point that I'm running, I think, 2 mods that add a bunch of heroes to the game, because there isn't that many in the base game. So we'll hopefully see some cool fellas popping up. What do you have? Everyone usually has like a unique trait to them. Bringer of Goodwill. Wow, that is a really good trait to start with. All of the units in his army will have minus 50% upkeep, which will take effect. As you see there, it says ability only functions when the hero is leading the army. We're going to need to get an army just for this guy. Yes, join me, certainly. As it stands though, he is going to join Macha's army for the start of the game, because we don't have enough units to give him his own army. We're going to take our initiates, I think, and join up with, what was his name? Malgus, the Vagrant. Oh look, he started with some boots as well. Friendly beggar's shoes. Oh, that's what's giving him Bringer of Goodwill, I see. So what we can do is we can just give this to Macha. And we'll have Bringer of Goodwill immediately. And that is pretty damn strong. That's awesome. Okay, so this is our starting army. If we look at our city here, which is called something, we're going to change it to Biltan, of course. This is our throne city of Biltan. This has our throne in it. And basically you win the game by killing enemy leaders and also destroying their throne, or capturing their throne city, so that they can't respawn. Because otherwise they'll respawn in their throne city within 5 turns, I think it is. You see all the income that our city's producing here. The hammers are how quickly they can produce things. This is their population per turn. These guys, this city will grow in 8 turns at its current population. At which point it will turn into a town, I believe. And when the city grows, its domain grows. You see this green border here? This is our domain controlled by this city. And as it envelops all these different structures around the map, like this gold mine over here, it will start getting income from it. As you can see, when explored, adds 10 gold to your domain. But it'll only give us that if we take out these things guarding it. As you can see, we start off with a mana node, giving us mana and a gold mine in our domain. You can be sometimes very lucky and get 2 mana nodes, but we weren't lucky. So first order of business is to clear out these structures very close to our city, so that when it expands it gains benefit from them. We're going to select production in our capital here, and first choice always for me is the Builder's Hall, which makes you build things faster. I don't know any reason why you wouldn't get that first, so we're going to go for that. Then we're going to go for a storehouse, which gives us more population growth. And I think straight into a shrine for extra mana income. And then we'll see what's what after that. Now it's just going to tell me how we win. Defeat all leaders, blah, blah, blah. Allied victory is on, yes. Protect your leader and your throne city, yes. And Macha's army requires orders. We see some mana sitting down here, which our unicorn is going to go and pick up. Booyah, 72 mana. There are some pickups, but they usually go pretty quickly early game. It's very unfortunate that we did not start with the ability to summon wisps, or having to research it, because that is your kind of scouting unit as a sorcerer. So that sucks. We're going to go up and we're going to clear this gold mine. Looks like some orcs are hanging around in there. Oh. Okay. So these guys are scared and they want to run away. I can say no and fight them, which would make me slightly evil. Or I can let them run, which will make me slightly good. Now, bearing in mind that we want to stay neutral, so we need to balance everything we do out. But in this case, we're not going to give them mercy because we want some XP, and we're going to manually fight it because I don't want to lose anything. The AI is not very good at preserving your stuff. We attack the independents. These guys are just chilling out in their gold mine, and we've come to destroy them because imperialism is king in Age of Wonders 3. You cannot go without it. You need to destroy everything. You just run in and slaughter places. Even if you're good, you have to do this. It's kind of sick. Okay, so what are we up against? We have some orc units. We've got spearmen. These are tier 1 basics. We've got black knights. These guys are cool. And more spearmen. Black knights are cool because they are cavalry units that are kind of anti-cavalry units. They have polearms, which are more damage versus flying units. They're not pikemen, though, on foot, which would have a trait called Pike Square, which would also give them higher defense against mounted units, but they do have those polearms. So they're actually quite a threat to our heroes here and to our Griffin Rider. Why is this guy smelling? You see this crap around him? What is this? Is this another trait I don't know of? Oh, disgusting stench. This guy stinks pretty bad. This guy stinks pretty bad. Look at the state of him. Okay, what does this do? Sickens anyone nearby, applying a penalty of -1 resistance and -300 morale, which is a big deal. Units that are machines, undead, elementals. Okay, so we need to keep him away from everything, not just enemies. Morale is a big deal for units. The higher morale, the more chance you have of getting critical hits, and if your morale goes too low, you can actually fumble, which is like the opposite of crits, which is really bad. Got high elf initiates, we'll just move them up as far as they can go. You see the tactical combat system. It's pretty cool. You have this, every unit has 3 action points. Basically, if you end your turn in a green hex, you still have 3 action points left. If you end your turn in a yellow hex, you have 2 left. If you end your turn in an orange hex, you have 1 left. So we're just going to move the swordsmen up as far as they go. And they'll have 1 action point left, so they can defend at the end of it. Here's Malgus the Vagrant. He's got a crossbow and he's got a sword. Oh, looks like he does poison damage too. Wow, this guy's got a lot of stuff. A pretty cool hero to pick up. He must be from one of the mods. Now the crossbow, yeah, this is not something that will trigger 3 times, because some attacks, like bows and stuff, and the shock bolts coming out of this lady's wand, Macha, they will trigger up to 3 times, depending on what hex you finish your turn in. So we're just going to have her stand back there. Who are you? You're the swordsman. You kind of just suck at everything. So we'll send Malgus up. We can be pretty aggressive with him, since he'll come back to life if we win the fight, which we will do. Although he'll only come back to life with half hit points. And we'll get a shot off. These guys are shielded, which is bad. As you see, I'm getting range penalties here, which is the reason why high elf longbowmen are so good, because they do not get range penalties. Great for defending cities. We'll take a shot at his Black Knights. These are the biggest threat. 5 damage. Very, very exciting. Here's our awesome high elf Griffin Rider. We'll send him up here and put him defensive. Everyone else is gone. No swordsman can move up. You've already moved. You've already moved. It will automatically put everything on defense. Defensive stance means, I think it's 20% more defense and 20% more resistance. And, as you can see, they cannot be flanked, which is a massive, massive deal, because flanks are nasty. If you attack someone from any of the 3 hexes behind them, so directly behind them or to the side, as you can see, if I turn on the hexes here, either of those 3 would be a flank to this hero. Is he going to die? Very nearly died on the first turn. See how squishy heroes can be? You need to be so careful with them early on if we don't have that resurgence. We're going to send in the Griffin Rider on a flanking attack. That is a hell of a lot of damage. Bear in mind that only the first attack will be flanking, then these guys will turn around, get their counter attack, and then there's another attack on their front. That would have triggered 3 times since it was from a green hex. Farseer Macha. Here's her spells: Harmonizing Energy, a nice heal, and Magic Fist. Don't really want to spend our mana right now though, or our casting points. High Elf Initiates. Now their attack only triggers once, so we don't have to stay in green to get maximum damage out of it. So we'll send you up here, try and get a flank. Yes, on those guys. Nice. Swordsman can move up, attack them on their front, get some XP. Oh no, they fumbled. Oh, they're disgusted by Malgus, that's why. You smelly bastard, Malgus. Now Macha, what are you going to do? I've kind of screwed this up because I've blocked her line of sight here. Send her up there and not do a whole lot really. Let's just Magic Fist them. Will it kill him? Maybe. If I roll high, this will kill him. I did not roll high. Did 15 physical damage. Now Malgus, would be nice to pull him back and get a ranged attack, but these guys will get an attack of opportunity as I tried to move away. So that little red triangle you can kind of see there, that means they'll get an attack of opportunity. So what I'm going to do is kill them. They won't get a counter because they'll be dead, but he'll then probably die next turn to these guys, which will be fine because they'll live the next turn. So more swordsmen over here doing absolutely nothing. Just come and attack this thing. Well done, you did something. Next turn. Well, I'll take some water. Oh no, Malgus is dead. So, you're going to get a charge and another attack in. Almost finished them off, almost. Now Macha can get some XP for charging them. And finish them off. Big XP for killing things. Get XP for pretty much everything. Using any ability pretty much gives you XP. Even taking damage gets you XP. And as you see, Malgus comes back to life with, oh, not even half of his hit points, I don't think. So we get some gold for clearing that. And once the domain extends, we'll get some gold per turn. We found a... I guess generically I always call them monster camps, but in this case we have some brigands in there. These red areas are camps that will actually spawn armies to harass you, and they get stronger as the game goes, so you want to clear them out quickly. You usually get decent rewards for clearing them out, either some kind of item or a unit or something that they had prisoner. And you, Mr. Unicorn, you're going to come and get this. This is the cartographer's tent. Can't get it this turn, but I'll get it next turn. That will reveal the location of a nearby city for us that we can go and try and get before someone else does. There's 6 people on this map, so we've got to be quick. You are just going to chill out in the city, I think. Yes. And we'll go next turn. There's another cartographer's tent up there. You usually spawn next to a refugee camp as well, which gives population to your city. I don't see one right now. It might be a bit further away. Or maybe they changed that. Maybe you're not guaranteed. Let's see where this first city is. Over there. It looks like a halfling city. Maybe that's Goblin. Oh, there's the refugee camp. There's a white tent. So we'll grab that. Adds a bunch of population to our city, which is nice. It will now grow in 4 turns. I could rush this builder's hall, which costs me gold. Also nerfs the happiness of my cities, and the happier your cities are, the more things they produce per turn. And late game, if they're really happy, they can have these crazy positive events that give you loads of stuff. So we're going to attack this little brigand camp. Oh, there's another city up here. Yes, manual combat. I don't trust the auto combat. So these guys are protected by walls and fences, which is annoying. Very easy to break, but you do have to waste a turn breaking them. Can't believe this guy's stinky. This Malgus fella. Gotta keep that in mind all the time. I'm going to forget it every single battle. Okay, so here's a good example of units having different race variants. We have a goblin scoundrel here. We have a high elf scoundrel and a halfling scoundrel. The halfling scoundrel has a slingshot. The high elf one has a light crossbow. They'll also have more resistance because they're elves. These guys can actually sprint, or can they? I think they can all sprint, in fact. And they have other elf things. The halflings, look, they have 50 hit points because of the mod I have that gives them well fed instead of lucky. And they can wall climb. Can the other fellas wall climb? Yes, they can. What do the goblins do? They probably get some blight damage. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it's a lot of blight damage, and that's really bad for us, so we want to kill those guys first. Okay, first order of business is, I think, to charge this fence. Sure, with Malgus. Can we get our swordsman in there? No, they have crappy movement speed. Fine, let's charge it. He'll probably die, but again, he'll respawn at the end of the battle if we win it. We're just reviving him. I don't want to send this Griffin Rider in. That's a lot of damage though. That would be a flanking charge, but then he'd get flanked by both of these guys. And I don't want to lose that tier 3 unit at all. It might still be worth doing that. So there's a good chance he won't die. Okay, I'm going to move Macha up all the way to here. I think we're going to cast another spell. Swordsman, swordsman, can't do absolutely anything. Can break some obstacles. No, you couldn't even freaking defeat that. They suck. Okay, don't send anything near Malgus because he smells. Go there. Defend. So Macha, what can you do for me? Nothing much with your shock bolts because line of sight penalty, range penalty on pretty much everything. You do have a heal. That is true. That's a lot of mana though. I could heal this guy. So I think we're gonna do that after he attacks these guys. This would be a flank as well. I want to go here. Might one-shot them if your roll's higher. That's pretty high a roll, but couldn't quite manage it. So now Macha can finish those guys off. Or can heal. You have 40. They're not going to do 40 points of damage, I don't think. So let's finish him off with a ranged attack. There we go. And end turn. They seem to prioritize attacking your heroes, so they might go after Malgus over here yet. Note that these guys cripple, or have a chance to cripple with their attacks, which they didn't do there. You guys go into melee? Wow, I don't think I've ever seen Scoundrels go into melee like that. They did take him out. Let's get some more XP on my Griffin Rider here. Let's go here. This will be a flank. So the first attack will be a flank, and then they'll turn around, and the second attack won't be a flank. Nice. Leveled up my Griffin Rider already. Beautiful. And now we can charge these guys with Macha and get some more XP for her. Beautiful. And poor Malgus will get back up again. So what are we going to get for clearing this out? We got a Lost Mariner. Tier 2 Irregular. This is not something... This is not a races unit. This is a special independent unit from a dwelling. And Jack's Gift. Plus 10 hit points. That is pretty good. We'll take him. And we'll give... In fact, we might give this to Malgus. This plus 10 hit points. Because he's getting into lots of trouble. We shouldn't have picked it up then. Drop it back on the ground. Switch to Malgus. And one of these accessory slots can have a nice pretty necklace. It's not reflected on the model. Any of the things you pick up, unfortunately. What is this Mariner up to? He's tier 2. Mind control, you can fire pistols, hurl nets, and melee. We will take that. We can replace one of these crappy swordsmen, send them back to Biltan to defend. Take the Mariner with us. Unfortunately, we can't get over here because we don't have seafaring yet. Can you move? A little bit. Go towards that gold. We met the outpost of Leandris. It is an elf outpost. They want me to sign a peace treaty. So if you go down this diplomatic path, you can eventually have them join you. But it costs quite a lot of gold because you need to pay them gold each time. And it takes longer than just going in there and bulldozing the place. But bulldozing the place would also make us evil. If they like us, they can give us quests and stuff though, which is pretty good. We might just bulldoze it and then, or just defeat them and then kind of absorb them, which would count as a good act if we absorb them, I think. So yeah, I mean, is there a way? We'll see if there's a way around. I might have to get seafaring here early on to get over there. That's going to be annoying. I can get this thing, so I can turn this into an air node. Note that it's going to take 2 turns to cast. That's because this is a... Where is it? A 60... To a 60 mana, and we've only got 25 casting points, so it's going to take this turn, the next turn, and the turn after to save up that 60 casting points kind of thing. Next turn. Haven't met any enemies yet. I was expecting to meet someone pretty damn early. Hopefully it's not that freaking goblin. Okay, look, they have a quest. Tell me more about this quest. Okay, so if I kill these fellas and... Oh no, if I just raise the watchtower, I get a peace treaty and a high elf longbowman. I will take that, or I can swap that for 104 gold. That's nice. That means I don't have to pay for the peace treaty. And they're right there, so I don't even have to cross this water. That is excellent. Yeah, you guys go back to the city and chill out. You're gonna grab that gold. Hopefully it's a lot. 50, that's pretty low actually. And then you're gonna come and get this cartographer's tent revealing another city. Okay, let's go clear out this watchtower. Note that the units all heal up between turns. One of the strong passive skills you can get in the game is allowing your units to heal more between turns, which is one of the weaknesses of the Sorcerer, because they don't have a way to do that unless it's a summoned unit. I think most, maybe not all, most of the other classes have a way to heal stuff more between turns. The Druid certainly does, the Warlord certainly does, the Theocrat certainly does. Lost Mariner, here you are, you can fire a pistol, that's pretty cool. It's got a cooldown of 1, so you can't use it every turn. What are we fighting against? We've got Goblin Untouchables, which also have disgusting stench. inflict all sorts of nasty things. We've got Goblin Warg Riders. These are tier 2 cavalry, I think. Yep. They can overwhelm, so more damage to pikemen and shielded units. So they help you counter enemy pikemen even though they're mounted. Although it's still not ideal. And another untouchable. So we're going to come up and shoot these guys in the face with our pistol. Sounds good. First. No, pistol first. How much health do you have? 30. Let's hurl a net. Nice. Now, Malgus can come up with his crossbow and safely finish them off. Oh no, but now I've disgusted these guys. I keep forgetting about his stench. We've got some swordsmen over here which just suck at everything. So let's move them up and have them defend. Here's my initiates, which are also not too great. Sure, let's do this. And got ranged penalties everywhere, so just attack the wargs. Nice. I could get in. Oh, so what do they get for leveling up? As you see, there's a lot of levels, and generally when you get to elite, you get something really cool. In this case, they will get tireless, which means that they can counter-attack endlessly without taking their action points. Also, a veteran looks like they get the ability to inflict bleeding wounds, which is pretty cool. But at the moment, they're a trooper, so they have a bit more hit points, a bit more melee strength. Macha is not going to cast a spell. You're going to do 3 shock bolts. But you're going to go here and do it, so you don't have range penalty. There you go. 2. There you go. Can we finish them off with these guys? No. Is it worth getting in there? We've got to, right? We've got to. Then they're going to take hits from the untouchables afterwards, which would be very painful because they have blight damage, but they should be okay. I bloody hope they are. Oh no, they didn't go for my griffin. And those guys didn't do anything. Went after my high elf initiates. Okay. This guy can now... Oh, I can't flank him because he defended that turn. That sucks. But we will take this charge. It will kill him. Nice. High roll there. I'm quite liking these Mariner fellas. I want them to level up. So let's try and get a shot. Can we get a shot? Oh, we can't use the pistol again. That's for sure. So we go here and throw a net. Wow, it actually has a range on it. So, CC abilities, control abilities are really... Oh, they resisted it. They're really strong in this game. They shut you down for a minimum of 2 turns. And when you are controlled like that, every single attack against you counts as a flanking attack, which is pretty damn strong. Do some ranged attacks with Macha here, with her wand. Might finish them off. There we go. Some nice XP there. That was pretty clean. And if we raise this tower, which is unfortunate because it means we won't get the area vision for it, but if we raise it, that will complete that quest and we'll get the high elf longbowman. Awesome. We can replace the stupid swordsman with it, or maybe the initiates. Yeah, we'll replace the initiates. These guys do evolve though, but are they really going to hit elite? They're not going to hit elite, are they? Let's send them back to Bieltan. Take the longbowmen. Longbowmen are cool because they have longbows, which do not have a range penalty. So as long as they're in range, they will always do full damage, which is awesome. Some bridges over there. I really want a wisp up. Can't get one until next turn. Rakami requires orders. You can't actually move anywhere though, so just wait. And that's that. So now I'm at peace with Leandris. Hopefully want to get them into my empire. And I've told them to let me know when you want to talk again. I.e. let me know when you want to become my vassal or have another quest for me. A vassal means that you actually get income from this city. You just don't control it directly, and they will also be able to very slowly build up themselves. Okay, so our transform to air node is ready. We can transform this mana node into an air node. Way. Now we get 15 mana and 5 knowledge. instead of just 10 mana per turn, which is nice. You are going to go for that cartography tent. They make pretty good scouts early on. What is that? That looks like a dwelling. So dwellings are cities. Yeah, that's an Archon dwelling, I think. Dwellings are cities that are controlled by species or factions that you can't pick. It's like you have stuff like dragons and giants and that kind of thing. You can actually get dragon and giant units out of them if you either take them over with military strength or just pay them a lot of money to come on your side and invest a lot of money in them. You can get some pretty sweet tier 4 units. But those Archons, unfortunately, are going to be dedicated to evil. So they're not going to... They can fight for me, but they're going to be constantly at low morale because I'm not going to be evil. I'm going to be neutral. There are certain units that are dedicated to evil or dedicated to good. Let's get basic seafaring up. It sucks because I want to get my apprentice, which is the tier 2 sorcerer unit. The only unit they have that isn't summoned. We are going to summon a wisp though. For sure. Where are you? There you are. That'll take the turn and the next one to happen. Oh, over here we have some resources. If we clear this out, we'll get a free building in the nearest city, or free upgrade as they call it. And turn. Might be time to take this unicorn into our army, actually. Okay, here's the wisp. We can summon it in friendly territory or next to one of our heroes. Or leader. We'll summon it here. And head... Don't think there's not a way over there, is there? We are going to need seafaring. That's going to kind of suck. So we'll just generally come in this direction, try and find some pickups that haven't been taken. And Naomi requires your orders. You're going to join up with her. And I think we're going to take her across here. I don't know if I can enter the water from these cliffs though. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So who are we going to get out of our army? This swordsman, I guess. You can go back to town and defend it. By default, your towns do not have any defense whatsoever, so you need to park units in there. Unicorn can join that army. You are also heading back to town, so away you go. When the domain grows, we're going to absorb that gold mine. This town will grow next turn, so we'll get it next turn, which is nice. And we're still getting this storehouse. We could rush it for 50 gold. And I think that's worth it to accelerate us a little bit there. You're gonna hang out here until I get seafaring, which kind of sucks that you're not really doing anything right now. Oh look, there's the treasure chest we can get once we get our boat. Army requires orders. We could get it with our wisp, but okay, nothing much in terms of enemy activity over here. There is that other city over there. Maybe we should be going towards that instead. We can't move right now because the unicorn has no movement, which means the entire army can't move. Next turn. Build 10 has now grown into a town, absorbing that gold mine, giving us another 10 gold per turn. Nice. Let's send our wisp down here to meet this little town. I think it's a halfling town. What is it? It is the outpost of Lishire. They are slightly good, apparently. Let's negotiate. Oh, wow. They just want to give us peace immediately. I kind of want to kill them, though. Decline. If they give us a quest, we can take the quest, do the quest, and then still kill him. But I want to just come and destroy them over here. So we'll send the wisp all the way back up here to get this treasure chest. Luckily, they move relatively quickly. You're going back to town, that's fine. Storehouse is produced. What am I making now? A shrine for extra mana per turn, which is nice. And then, I think we want a wooden wall, because after that we can get a stone wall, which would expand our domain again, the stone wall, which means we will take this gold mine, which we need to clear out. So that's what we're going to do. Wooden wall into stone wall. Would be nice to get a laboratory though for extra research, but it'll have to wait. I want that domain up to get that gold mine. We're going to get our seafaring. Oops, and now we're going to try and get our apprentice online, and then we're going to need some sorcery. Race governance, so because the elves have been liking what we're doing, since we are elves, we can get either high elf patron military, given our longbowmen and hunters, if we had any hunters, +1 range damage. Hunters are a druid unit. Or shooting grounds, given our city's population if we build them. We're going to go for better archers, please. Longbowmen are always useful, even late game, for defending cities and stuff. Oh, Leandris can discuss alliance proposal. So if we give them 127 gold, they will become our vassal. It's a lot of gold, but let's do it. Because it's going to be kind of annoying to get over there and take this city. So we'll take it peacefully. And you're going to attack this gold mine. Aha, they want mercy. We said no mercy last time, didn't we? So let's let these guys run. Get some gold for it, keep ourselves nice and neutral. Is there anything cool up here? If we can take this out, is that a baby kraken? It is. We'll get some stuff from that, looks like. So we might need to go up there anyway. First, I want to wipe out these fellas. Oh, we'll get this first. Yes, we got some... Oh, jesters. I hate those guys. And a night watch. Jesters shoot fireworks at you, which is not nice. So once we clear this, it will give us a free random building in the nearest city, which would obviously be our Bieltan, because it's the only city we have. The defending army always moves first, by the way, in case you're wondering why I always go second. Shooting fireworks at me, these little bastards. What else do you do? I think they can dazzle you or something. I don't know what dazzle does. Looks like animals have a chance to become panicked. Okay. Let's kick some little halfling arse. And they sure do have a lot of health in this mod. Let's get our Lost Marrow to shoot one in the face. Range penalty? Get closer then. There we go. That is a big chunk of damage. Boom. Going to be finished off here by Macha with a charge. Levels her up. Beautiful. My Griffin Rider. Do we have any other ranged attacks? We do have our bowmen over here, but they can't reach anyone unless they go close for only one shot, which kind of sucks. Line of sight blocker there. Not going to get a flank, so let's just charge from the front. Do a big chunk of damage. Boom. And you can actually teleport on flanking position and get a flanking attack. Oh no, you won't get a flanking attack because these guys defended. I always forget that. And now you can charging, disgust these guys, and do some damage. Crack. And level up. Beautiful. End turn. So if these jesters try to move away, I'll get an attack of opportunity, which is why it's always good to try and get right in the face of ranged units. Let's get some XP on our Griffin Rider, give them the kill. Get some XP also on Malgus. Nice. So they both leveled up, so we'll get to see that. And won. So what do we get? What do we take? Shooting grounds will make our arch units better. Public baths gives us plus 100 morale, which is pretty good, because this is 150 gold to build, so we'll take that. Usually I get that pretty late game. To get a hospital now that we got those bards, but that is very expensive. Next turn we'll have the shrine. Leader is leveled up. Here's the leveling up system. You get 5 points to spend each level. They do carry over. And we have tons of choices. In general, I tend to get the things that buff my entire army. Note that these only function if they are leading the army. In this case, the leader of my entire faction will always lead the army, but otherwise the highest level hero will do it. So for Macha, we're going to get charged armor, which gives me +1 attack with air damage, basically. And we'll spend the extra point on some ranged damage. There we go. And our hero leveled up, Old Malgus. The warlords have really awesome army buffs, such as Field Medic. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his own army right now. So do we get something else for right now? Could give him armor piercing. We don't know what our nearest neighbor is though right now. Let's give him some defense, some hit points, a bit of everything I think. Range strength, melee strength, and we'll save the other points. Wisp wants to move. Oh, he's going after that treasure chest in the water. We might as well take out this farm on our way. Although we can't right now because you've already moved. Next turn. Go kill some halflings. How dare they exist. New hero offering to join. It is another sorcerer. I don't have enough gold though for it. What is your special thing? You seem to have a blindfold on. Awalia Arcana. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. I super pressed the wrong button. Instead of showing me your talents, I chose give me another hero, which is fine. We'll just get another choice next turn. I would have liked to have seen what a special thing is though. So that was a bit of a derp. Let's... Can you get to the treasure chest this turn? I don't think you can. No. So if we go to our vassal, we can see that they are giving us trade income here, which is pretty nice. But soon they will say, hey, do you want to... Oh, in 5 turns, we can pay them yet more gold for them to join our empire. Oh, they have a quest available. Oh no. Where did I tell her to go? That was weird. Oh, it's Lyshire. I'll accept it. What I can do is do the quest and then take the gold reward instead of the peace treaty and then still kill them. Which is awesome. Fine, so we'll just destroy this. There's 5 people here, bloody hell. It's a quarry, a flow rock quarry. Has +20 production and unlocks a new building. Some things, when they're in your domain, they will unlock an entirely new upgrade for your town. We're not going to take this fight now because that is 3 Black Knights. We're going to go for this quest over here. Shrine is up in our city, which is nice. Now going for that wooden wall, which will unlock a stone wall, which will give us that gold mine. So that's our order of play. We don't want another wisp, no. Next turn. Apprentice next turn as well, it looks like. Yay. It's the same hero, isn't it? No, this is Ezinia the War Maiden, another warlord. What do you have then? Are you also disgusting? Nope. Armored. She's armored. Also vigilant. Wow. This unit will always enter guard mode. That is an amazing trait. Some of these modded heroes are really, really powerful. But I like that kind of thing, because everyone else will have them as well. Sure, we'll get 2 warlords. What we might do, we might make Ezinia the War Maiden kind of our personal bodyguard. So she won't have her own army, she'll hang out in Macha's army and be just a really strong melee unit that's hanging around in there. I kind of like that idea. We want to get her into our army right now. We'll send the unicorn back. We just want her in our army so she can get XP and stuff. Can she make it there? She can't. So we can't get to that quest quite yet. You're going to go into the city, nice. And then it will be actually Malgus who goes back to form an army out of the little fellas gathering back there. But he wants some XP from this first. Oh, there's a treasure site over there. These are basically little dungeon type areas that only one army can enter, because usually you can have multiple armies around a hex to fight. Select a research. Here's our first summon. It's a tier 2 melee unit and it's really good. It scales really well. Phantasm Warrior. I really like that guy. Should we go for it right now or do we get a sorcery first? I think we go for sorcery first. That gives us more casting points, which means we can summon things and cast spells better and quicker. Oh, we get to level up Ezinia a little bit. So she's going to be our personal bodyguard, so we need to be tough and good at fighting. So defense, hit points, melee strength, range strength, hit points, defense, melee strength. What else can we get? Some stuff is probably unlocked, I should say. Overwhelm? Sure. Armor piercing? Sure. I'm not actually getting them, you moron. Gotta press select upgrade each time. Can I double click? I can. So defense, hit points, melee, bunch of stuff unlocked here, but we can't get it. Do we get overwhelm? Sure. Buff her up a bit. Now you can finally get your chest. Lots of gold, please. 86 again, pretty freaking low. Let's have a look at the rest of this island. Can't move at all. Okay, go. We gotta kill these halflings before we end this episode, I think. Okay, now we want the stone wall. There it is. Which again will give us that gold mine. Now we can go after this quest. Kill some spiders, it looks like. Yep, little ones. Baby spiders will evolve into big bastards if they get to elite level. Tier 3 spider queens, which are awesome. But they won't be in this fight. They're not going to evolve right here. So spiders are annoying because they can web you. And as I said before, control abilities are super strong in this game. Webbing touch, there it is. But we should be fine. Didn't have a lot of hit points. Lost Mariner is going to shoot. I love these guys. Boom. This is Malgus. One shot kill, yes. Beautiful. Get some XP on my longbowman. They're just going to take one shot though. You can... oh, not quite finish that guy off. Ezinia, you can ride up and shoot a crossbow at them. And she defended afterwards. That vigilant thing is going to be awesome. I've never seen a hero with that before. I don't think we've ever seen a unit with that before. What unit has this? Must be like a dwarf unit or something. I don't remember. We're going to fly onto the rear and get a flanking attack. Oh, it's not a flanking attack because these guys defended. Fine. And now Macha can ride up and shoot. Oh, range penalty. Then just charge in melee then. Most likely these spiders will try and web something next turn. And that'll be fine. Better than them doing damage with an attack, I say. Oh, they actually attacked. Maybe they've like changed the AI and stuff. Macha takes them down. So we do that quest and we're going to sell these rewards for gold. Which means that we are not their friend, which means that this will not count as breaking our peace agreement, although it will still count as declaring war, which is an evil thing to do. But we're currently at plus 50 to the minus 100, I think it is, from declaring war. Won't be too much of a problem. Let's scout out this little island. Okay, so they're going to get access to all of this stuff eventually. This is a treasure site. This is the lowest level. Strong is the lowest level. So we can come and bust this up afterwards. After we take this halfling city. Oh, there's another monster camp over here that's going to spawn a bunch of nasty things. Let's go and check that out. I think it's an undead one. Okay. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, we saw this Archon place. What we might do is try and make these guys a vassal for us so they can just give us some income, because they're not going to like fighting for us if we're not evil. So next turn we declare war on those poor little halflings. As I said, this game makes you play as a tyrant, which is fine for me. Research. We want Phantasm Warriors, please. Confirm movement of our Wisp, sure. That's fine. The halflings are telling us to get out. Prepare to be destroyed. So that's going to give us minus 50 alignment. And going to make halflings in general really unhappy with us. Yes, I did declare war. Time to die, little halflings. Going to be an easy fight, but we'll do manual combat anyway. Very, very basic little village here, so they only have these little wooden barricades. They don't even cover the entire perimeter. Do they have range units? If they don't have range units, they'll probably just come out and try and fight us. They've all defended, which means they must have at least one range unit. Okay, they have adventurers, which have slingshots. Farmers who throw chickens at you. You see how silly halflings are? They deserve to die. Let's just go full in. Full pelt. They can't do anything. Gonna throw a chicken at me. But that's about it. I don't think I can hit anything with range stuff here from here. Oh, I can hit you. That vigilant is so cool. You can't hit anything. Okay. What are you gonna do, halflings? Run for your life? You're gonna throw a chicken, aren't you? How far can you throw it? That's ridiculous. I resisted something, so the chicken must do something to you. Slingshot for 1 damage. Okay, we'll speed up this animation with right click. Excellent. Get a couple of attacks in here. Line of sight penalty because of the barricade, which is annoying. That'll be a charge, but he will only get 1 attack. He might kill him. He might one-shot him here, depending on the roll. Boom, yes. Beautiful. Ezinia, we're just going to charge 50 hit points, those guys. Let's try and weaken them with Malgus first then. Yep. And now you can most likely get a kill over here. Oh man. Unlucky roll. Okay, can the Mariners get up and get a pistol shot? They can. Awesome. Love those guys. And they leveled up. I wonder what they get when they get to elite level. Wow, they get Hero Slayer and Support Slayer. And they get Coup de Grace at veteran level. These are really good tier 2. A lot of the tier 2s in the game actually scale very well. Macha is going to move up and just throw her shock bolts at these fellas. And we'll get some chicken action again, I guess. Flanking chicken action, maybe. Oh, they're just... Oh! These guys count as having pole arms. I did not realise that. So who do we want this XP on? Let's shoot some arrows. Nice, and since the barricade is the only thing between us, it doesn't count as sight blocked, which is nice. Get some XP on Ezinia, my War Maiden bodyguard. Flanking. Oh, beautiful. So this town is now ours. And what was once called Lishire will now be called... Can I rename it now? I can rename it now, even though it's not mine yet, technically. Will be... Ulthwaite. Awaits its fate, so what we're going to do is migrate the population over to High Elves, which will take 1 turn and really piss off halflings and really make me kind of evilly. Will that take me into evil? That'll give me minus 100. It might make me slightly evil. Literally, that's what it's called, slightly evil. So we've got this town now. What we're going to do is leave Malgus here, and he can raise an army and kind of defend it. And we'll take everyone else and go clear out this stuff. Eventually. But that's something for another episode, because this has been over an hour so far already. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 1 of our Age of Wonders 3 adventure with Macha lost in the warp and turning up in some fantasy land. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.